It is, what day is it? Wednesday. I'm cooking tomorrow, Thursday. So in the morning, 5 o'clock, I'm putting on 3 Boston butts, and later on in the day, I'll be putting on 2 chickens. And on another shelf, the top shelf, I'm gonna put on 2 racks of baby back ribs. So I'm gonna pack it full. If you saw my video last week, you'll see how I attempted to show everybody the way we cook whole hog in South Carolina by using the shoveled in oak coals. And so that was a trial run, a test run. And tomorrow, or in the morning, what that one's for is, and I mentioned it last week, I'm gonna be cooking these 3 butts and making pulled pork. And I'm gonna use that same technique, that same method of shoveling in red hot oak coals, oak wood already burned, pre-burned wood all the way down to the coals. And I'll be shoveling that under those 3 butts, and then later on I'll add the ribs and the chicken. This one's, the butts are going to a birthday party for my older sister in Georgia. So we'll be traveling up there Friday morning, and we'll having that barbecue with a big blowout birthday party. For my older sister Jenny, Friday night. The difference in last week's cooking, this week's, this time I'm using the Weber Smokey Mountain 22.5. And I'm not using it as a smoker now. You got to understand this method of cooking. We're not smoking meat. We actually have what you would say is a roasting oven. So that's what we got going on. It's a whole different method. Last week when people were replying to my cook, every time we started talking about it, they wanted to steer me back over into a smoking setup. But this is not smoking meat as we see it and know it on YouTube. You know, all of us in the YouTube community with these cookers, these are smokers. But this today or tomorrow, I'm not using it as a smoker. So understand that. It's not a smoker today. Chicken under the bottom, later on in the cook. The butts, right here, 3 butts. And up here I'm gonna have at least 2 racks of ribs. So we're gonna load her down. I hope all that made sense to you. When I get done, you'll see. So next time you see me, it'll be 5 o'clock in the morning, it'll still be dark. So I wanted to get this done the day before, so it will be daylight out here while I'm speaking to you. All right, you hang with me now and come back. Feeling Florence. Well, yes, 4:45 in the morning. I got my fire going, getting ready to crank up the WSM and do some Boston butt. I'm using some lump charcoal, oak lump B&B for the first fire. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is spread that out in that bottom there. Get the heat evenly distributed. That's what I got. 3 butts. I got a probe in one of the butts and a pit probe. And I'm using the Inkbird. I'll show you. I'll show that to you later on. It's bouncing from 1 to 2, 264. And the meat's 36. All right. Remember, this is a roasting oven. I just want oxygen inside the chamber. That's it. That's how you cook a hog. It's not about airflow. All right, check back with you at daylight. I'm gonna keep up with 3 times today. The time on the butts, time on the chicken, and the time on the ribs. So that's what's good about this stack timer. You can keep up with 4 different times. Guys, it's been on 3 hours. Nice, good and daylight now. I'm running about 236. It did get up to about 280. And the meat internal's 113 there and 104 there. Spritz it a little bit. Alright. Meat side down, skin side up. Push all those up in there. Pretty good right now. Too much smoke in there. Oops. Okay guys, this stuff has been on, the butts have been on 6 hours and 26 minutes. Chicken's been on 2.5 hours. This at 163. And you saw where I put it in, down in the bottom. Well, since then, I've taken it out of there. It stayed there until it got to 160. So there it is there on the top. I don't know if you can see it. There's a lot of glare and stuff. And I've sauced it down at 160. So we'll see what happens. I was having too much smoke in here for my... I hope this isn't turning out to be just a big smoke job. That's not what I wanted. We'll see. Hold on. Also, I told you about the griddle. That didn't work out. And I put that large capacity basket in there. And that's working pretty good. But I had too much smoke in there. And so I cracked the lid for a while. It was doing that. But when I had opened it, there was a lot of smoke in there. Too much to suit me. So I ended up putting the door on and not snapping or not turning the latch, leaving a gap there, and that's allowing some of that smoke to get out. And I took the grommet out. Some's coming out of there. It's not supposed to be a lot of smoke movement in this anyway, and so I'm trying to use this for something it's not meant to be. This might be a big fail. And we'll see. We'll see if that same flavor that I had last week from that Brinkman setup, I know that one works like I want it to. But it remains to be seen. I'll find out toward the end of this cook if this is just a smoke job or if it turned out like it did on the Brinkman. Oh, and by the way, I mentioned this earlier. I've got a wireless thermometer that I'm reviewing and trying out today. Anna with Inkbird sent me this, and thanks to Scott over at the Real Show BBQ, he gave her my name and she contacted me and asked me if I'd review it. Here's the box for it. Inkbird IBT-4XS is the model. Smart wireless barbecue thermometer. The online app. Just go to the Play Store and download BBQ Go and you're set to go. It goes straight to your phone, cut on your Bluetooth, and it'll pair right up with this thermometer and give you readings if you're inside on your phone. And if you're going to be by the pit like me, you won't really need to use that. You can just read it right off the thermometer screen itself. So it's got 4 probes. I'm using 3 of them, and the wiring is pretty good, the probe wiring, and it's very effective. Looks like it's hanging right there with the smoke. I'm running them together. There's about 3 degrees difference in the temperature on the meat, but that's because it's 2 different pieces of meat. So that's it's running real close with the smoke, and I like that. And it's working fine. But I'm using my phone for my camera, so I couldn't show it to you on my phone. but I did download the app and I did connect it, and it works just fine. It's real simple and easy to use, and so I recommend it. And it's in a good price range too. It's much cheaper than some of the high-end so-called wireless thermometers. And as soon as you plug them in to the meat, and cut it on, you got your temp right there. And so I wanted to show that to you. And I recommend it. So go get you one. That's Inkbird.com. Guys, the butts have been on 6 hours and 55 minutes, and the chicken's been on 2 hours and 55 minutes. Let's see what she looks like. The thermopop says the chicken is at 165. The smoke says it. Let's see what this says. 160. Well, maybe. Oh, that says 194. So the dark meat is ready. Let me get this chicken out of here. The leg quarters anyway. I'll tell you, before we had some ribs. I'm just going to do 2 racks of these ribs instead of 3. Because we're leaving in the morning. We're leaving in the morning to go to Georgia. My brother's coming over to sit with me a little bit after a while. And so we're going to eat as much of this as we can, and the rest we'll figure out something to do with it. Put a little more sauce on this chicken while I got it open so it won't be too dry. And we'll have some more flavor. According to my timer, the smoke shows the butts at 183, pit of 231. Over here, 183 on the butts and 235. So the Inkbird is keeping pace with the smoke. To see my rig, that's one of the limbs out of the crepe myrtle tree. I made an extension for my shovel so I could get up under there without burning my hand and get up in that. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to stoke it. We got some potatoes we're gonna put on. All the chicken's up. I'm gonna bust my foot. I have had that thing scoot out from under me before, and you know where I landed. No shoulder injury, right? All right. I'm gonna put these taters on this lower deck because I need them to not play around to get cooked. Yeah. They'll be down there getting all that good heat. I need to restoke the fire anyway. You'll say when you're doing this, make sure you have some dry wood and aged wood. If you try to use old wood, it's half rotten, and if you get new wood, it's still green and it won't have burn. This is some amazing tasting food when you cook it like this. It's a lot more work and labor intensive, but oh my gosh, is the flavor worth it. It is absolutely on another level. That smoke's rough today. God almighty. Whew. How long it's been? 9 hours and 19 minutes I've been at this. It's in the afternoon, I don't know, it's getting close to 4 o'clock. I started at 5, actually to put the meat on at 5:35 or something like that. That smoke. Anyway, if you got the time, it's worth it. If you don't have the time, then don't do it. But I guess I know what we used to eat and how it used to taste. And I'm telling you, that chicken we did, it's on another level with flavor. All right, guys, a little bit longer and we'll be taking this stuff up. Done. It's about to get dark on us, and we got some butts done. They're up to 2 O's. I thought I saw 206 on there. Oh, I know what happened. I got the lid open. Yeah. That's what's going on here. Alright, we're getting ready to cut them up and put some sauce on and the seasoning. Okay, we're going to show you what this barbecue looked like, this pulled pork. Here's our 3 8-pound butts. And the meat's very tender. It just about pulled apart with me trying to lift it up off the smoker or the roasting oven. I'm just going to make some slices in the meat where my seasonings and sauce and stuff will go in. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're going to put some vinegar, just like we do a whole hog. Just pour some vinegar on it. I know some people see me do this and cringe, but this is the South Carolina style barbecue, vinegar based. Not that much, but just about that much. Then take your salt and salt it till it's white, because we haven't put any rub on it. Got to remember that.
Yeah.
Alright, take your black pepper, do the same thing. Just black it until all you see is black. Once you cut all that up together, it'll be perfect. First time we saw this done by our uncle, we thought it was ruined, but he knew what he was doing and we didn't. And then you got your red pepper. You just put it on till you see red. And you'll see when I get done, it'll all work into the meat. Alright. Then comes the sauce. Okay, this is the homemade sauce that I put together, and I'll have it in the description box. We had to bring this one in. It got so dark and it was just a lot easier to do it inside. If you were seeing this done on a whole hog pit, he would be taking that spoon and just, he would be going around that hog all over it, going in with this spoon and twisting it. You see how that works? You just go in and twist the spoon, and he'd be pulling it up, and you just see all that. See this bone here? Just look at there. Clean off the bone. We may as well get this other one. It just pulls right out. I took the internal temp to 205. Here's the bone down here. All right. Now we can get in there and let's see what the fat cap was really cut real thin on these. I noticed that there's a little bit of it, but some people would love to mix that in with the beef meat. I'll let a little bit go, but not much. This is supposed to feed a lot of people, so that's why we got 3 of them, and this is going to be for my sister's birthday party. She's hitting the big blank O. I asked her today how many did that make, and she wouldn't tell me. She's my older sister, and you know they don't like for you to talk about stuff like that. I'm 68. But anyway.
Mean.
Now that I've got that done, I'm going to work through it like this. Ooh, look at that cue, look at that cue. South Carolina barbecue. A little fat. My daddy would say, "Hey, Bo, what you gonna do with that? That's you throwing away the best part." He would eat it all. Nice bark. Oh yeah. Make some nice sandwiches with that. I don't see any black pepper and salt and red pepper. You were worried about it, weren't you? You see what I got now? Some pretty South Carolina style pulled pork. We just call it barbecue. We never heard the word pulled pork till we got grown. Never heard of that till I was 47. I hope this is as good as what I made last week, because that was some good one. I had a little trouble when I got started with this cook, trying to figure out how to use the Weber Smokey Mountain with it, and I had a rocky start. Look at that. But I finally figured it out. It's time for a taste test. I'm going to take these gloves off. I'm going to get some participants to come over here and do a taste test. I got my brother and his girlfriend over here with us tonight. We're going to do a taste test. Y'all come over here and tell me what you think. You ain't getting out of it. This is the cost of coming to eat with me.
That's right.
You got to be a taste tester.
Here they are.
I want you to just reach in there and get a pinch and tell me what you think.
It's very good.
How about it, Eddie?
Good.
Did it turn out? I'm gonna take me a taste.
It's really good.
Matter of fact, might need a little more salt. What do you think? A little more
A
salt?
little more.
I agree.
Yep.
Oh man,
Just a
so
little.
tender.
It's very good though.
Round two.
Yeah, you got to have a round two with stuff, because that's what seasoning's all about.
Mm.
And a round two with a little red. See, you thought I put too much, but believe me, when you mix this much meat, 25 pounds of meat together, it takes a lot. And I'm gonna put a little more sauce.
No CHS.
No,
That's
No.
good.
this is some homemade one.
Cool.
Mm.
I've already taken my gloves off, so I'm gonna have to hand me one of those claws, since that's what it's for. I believe this is good stuff here.
Mm.
I was a little bit afraid, I was kind of afraid on how it was going to turn out, but I believe it turned out just fine. What do you think, Eddie?
That ought to do it there.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
All right. Well, we're not going to bore you with me turning that meat over. That's our cook for today. Well, I haven't shown you the ribs or the chicken. Pull that aluminum foil up and take a look at that chicken.
Ooh, pretty.
That chicken's been done a little while, but it's got a nice flavor on it. Cooking it inside this pit like we did everything else, and it's delicious. That's all I can tell you with that. And I'm gonna go get the ribs, and I'll show you those. Guys, here's the ribs and chicken together with the baked potatoes. I did baked potatoes on the grill. You saw me put them on. Let's do a little ride by. We gonna eat good tonight. I was supposed to take that barbecue to my sister's tomorrow for the party. Eddie's already texted her a picture of it. He's at Phil's house, and we've already gone to plan B. They're giving me to wind it up, so until next time, this is Phil and Florence. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For too long, and we need to be together more often. And I just
Wendy, say one more time. It's Jenny and Mike's birthday. I just got my
Okay.
camera on, and I
Are you
wanted to
gonna edit it? Are you
I
gonna
want.
edit
Yeah,
it?
I can edit all this that I'm saying to you.
we're so happy to have everybody here
My
for
baby
Mike
sister.
and Jenny's 70th birthday.
Yay! And who is Jenny?
Jenny,
And
our
who is her
sister,
husband, Mike?
Jenny, and our Mike. Wow.
Jane's husband.
And we just love
70 together.
I can't.
More than 70.
We just, yeah.
The rednecks are in the back.
And we just can't tell you how.
I think I'm gonna cry.
I just can't tell you how wonderful this is to have everybody here. It's just doing our hearts wonderful. And this is just the first night. We have all tomorrow night.
The
And,
food.
and Sunday.
All next week. On that we can stay a while.
All right.
Red hash, Ward hash from Sumter.
All right.
Got more coming.
Okay. All right, and we have a spread, and we just want to say to Granny and Papa, they would be so.
Starting the tradition.
Yes, they would be so happy because Pete said, "Wow, this is something else," and it was all good. And I said, "Honey, Granny and Papa did this every Sunday for this, like without blinking an eye." So anyway. Somebody say a blessing for this food and our family so we can go. And by the way, just find a place.
Amen.
You know? Just say,